Welcome to Herbal Product Technology and Regulatory Science. Let's begin with the topic Introduction to Herbal Industry, Part 2. So, last time we have seen basics of general requirements regarding the herbal industry. Today we are going to learn about the past and present status of herbal industry and what is the future of the herbal industry. Herbal medicines refers to the use of plants and natural products for prevention and treatment of diseases. It has been a long time people are using herbal products for their daily treatment of different types of diseases and disorders. Since the beginning of human civilization, plants have served as a food as well as a medicine. Natural remedies formed the foundation of early healthcare system worldwide. You can check in a Greek culture, in a Chinese culture, in Asian culture, everywhere herbs are used largely for the cure. Even today, herbal medicines remain relevant due to cultural acceptance and acceptability. We have seen in previous lectures how the Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani systems got evolved with the use of herbs. The study of herbal medicines like a traditional knowledge with a modern scientific research is a current trend, and it has been in past as well. When we see a parchment which got from ancient days shows the presence of a herb in the use as a medicine and their evolution later on. A carbon dating evidences from ancient Babylon shows medicinal plants cultivation nearly 60,000 years ago. This was the only evidential proof for the cultivation of plants. It may be much before. These findings confirm that herbal medicine predates written history. That means herbal medicines, their uses and uses specifically for the cure are much earlier than what got documented. Knowledge was passed through the manuscript, teachers and healers from generation to generation. One iconic example of such is Ayurveda. Ayurveda evolved much before, since we have a documented proof from 10,000 BC, but the Ayurveda is much older than that. Ayurveda, if we deep rooted, we can find the threads of it in Atharvaveda, which is the oldest Veda. Such a documentation laid the groundwork for traditional medicine and modern medicine as well. Global dependence of herbs is now unavoidable because of the large use of herbs in modern medicine as well. More than 80% of world population depend on the traditional and plant-derived medicines. You can search on the internet as well as on the shelf of the medicine shops. The number of herbal products are more, which you can see compared to the synthetic products. Herbal medicines are affordable, accessible and very especially they are less side effect. Because of that they are mostly used. About 20% of pharmaceutical prescriptions in the United States only are plant derived products and some of the product from the drug of natural origin. A traditional medicine continues to support primary health system all over the world, be it is a Chinese market or Asian market or European market or American market. This highlights the ongoing relevance of herbal resources. That's why we are more keen to know about what are these resources and how the regulations can protect those resources. Contribution of nature to the modern drugs. In the past century, around 121 pharmaceutical products originated from the traditional knowledge. In other units, we have already discussed of medicines from the traditional knowledge which are now used as in the modern medicine as well. The nature is believed to contribute nearly 90% of new drug molecules. Till today, we have seen that most of the new chemical entities which are used as a drug are derived from plant bases. In next few slides, we will see those drugs which will put a flash on those medicine. Several life-saving drugs are derived from plants and microorganisms. These discoveries validated traditional medicinal practices, and there we have got an origin of the traditional medicine, something like Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani and others. Natural products remains essential in drug of discovery. Many of the current medicine, their bases, their roots are into the traditional medicine. Many traditional formulations gave birth to the modern medicine or modern drugs. For example, anti-cancer drug vincristine, vinblastine and paclitaxel, which is also known as the Taxol. All these drugs are derived from plant. Vincristine, vinblastine was derived from a Vinca rosea, which is also called as a periwinkle. Leaves of Vinca rosea gives you a vincristine, vinblastine, whereas Taxol, the flowering twig of a Taxus bryifolia, gives you a Taxol, which is marketed with the name of a paclitaxel. Anti-malarial agents something like chloroquine, artemisinin or artemether all are derived from plant bases. It is a case study example something like artemisinin, which is derived from Artemia annua plant, which is a shrub category plant. It is mainly used as a flavoring agent. The volatile component of it was used for the different culinary purpose. Later on it was found that the component from it can be used for the purpose of curing malarial conditions, and then the drug evolved from it was artemisinin. Artemisinin was having very restricted bioavailability. To make it more bioavailable, it is got converted to the two synthetic component, one is the artemether and another is the artesunate, where now this are giving a better viability as well as a better cure. Antidiabetic drugs include metformin, which is getting from the French lilac plant. The structural similarity of the drug then derived into synthetic form, and then the many of a subclass of metformin like products are being used in the modern medicine for diabetes. Anti-HIV agents something like curcumin or calendulide are very good examples which are derived from plants again. These examples shows the therapeutic power of herbal resources, and regulations always help to get such resources in use. So, which are those regulations and how they helped in a global market? WHO launched the traditional medicine strategy during 2002 to 2005. The member states developed their own regulations and safety guidelines. India was one of them. Diverse regulatory systems make market assessment challenging. That also gave a birth to a newer marketing strategy. Despite this, traditional medicine has a strong global market presence. It always better to have a good regulation that gives you a good skeleton to grow, and that was proven in case of a herbal medicine. A demand for herbal products continues to grow worldwide. The Indian herbal market is valued at nearly 50 billion currently. This in rupees, but definitely it is growing aggressively, and it will cross in current scenario maybe 100 billions soon. It is growing annually at a rate about 14%. The herbal products worth rupees 1 billion are exported from India. India is that's why called as a pharmacy of a world. We are one of the biggest market as well as a biggest producer for herbal drugs, and that's why a world look at us as a world pharmacy. We produces lot of herbal drugs and those are getting exported globally. WHO projects the global herbal market to reach 5 trillion by 2050 and India will have a major role in that. Current global market value is approximately 62 billion and it is growing exponentially every day by day. India and China together produces over 70% of a global herbal diversity. The reason behind that, the geographical positioning of these two countries. The territory which are marked by mountains and plateaus which make it suitable to produce all the diversity biological products. A major export markets include EU, that is European territory, USA, Japan, Canada and Australia. Emerging market includes Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, China itself and Indonesia. A demand for medicinal plants is increasing rapidly because its rapid use in the modern medicine or along with the modern medicine as an adjunct treatment strategy. The nutraceutical dietary supplements which are very commonly used with the modern medicine also require a lot of herbal drugs. A global trade offers vast opportunity for herbal industries that gave a good scope for the regulation as well. Despite of having lot of regulations over the trade of such elements, still these drugs have lot of exposure and demand. Future prospect of herbal medicine is looking very flowery. India and China together produces 70% and they have around 3,50,000 plant species which existed in the territory, but only a small percentage are used medicinally. That means there is a lot of scope for exploration as well as innovation in the herbal drugs. WHO supports documentation of a tribal and ethno-medicinal knowledge. It is giving a good amount of protection for the traditional knowledge along with to make them use in a modern medicine. They are giving a lot of a scheme for the such type of drugs. Scientifically, validation of traditional claims is being intensified so that more of such drug molecules should reach into the market. Preserving traditional knowledge is essential before it is lost. We have also seen the initiative something like a TKDL which are basically beneficial for such traditional knowledge and herbs which are used in this knowledge. India has the potential to double its herbal industry by fully utilizing its sources. As I mentioned, we are not even using a 5% of its resources to convert into the marketed formulations. So, it is a time for us to go deep dive into the traditional knowledge and come up with the newer products. Thank you.